What's up, YouTube family, man? I'm gonna keep this short, keep it light, because it's 11:30 and I need to get to bed. I get up at 4 a.m., but that's every day. So I'm not no big sleeping person. You know, I don't like to sleep my life away. So just getting at you guys to not just give you an update, but give you some advice, okay? And it's regarding recruiter and community managers and other sources outside of your recruiter, okay? Okay, so most recruiters will tell you that they're submitting applications under the competitive profile, right? Now, the competitive profile for your application is someone who has a 3.0 GPA and above and an OAR score of a 48, okay? This is what they're saying the board looks at, and those are the people that they select on a daily basis. Now, know that military personnel might not have that same type of OAR score or GPA, okay? They give them a lot of leeway because they have a concrete record, okay? Know that. So, with that being said, fleet applicants and civilians aren't bundled up together and then chosen for OCS. They choose from fleet applicants amongst fleet applicants and civilians amongst civilians, okay? Now, back to what I was saying. Now, you have a program authorization, okay, that shows the minimum requirements for that community. So, for instance, supply. Supply requires you a 2.5 minimum GPA and an OAR score of a 40 plus. Just a 40 plus. Now, all minimums are 35, but a 40 plus makes you competitive, okay? Okay, so instead of just looking at these program requirements and getting that information from the recruiter, which is my situation, I took the initiative to contact the community manager for that community that I'm submitting for, okay? Now, they give you a lot more information than the recruiter will, okay? Because they know what stats are needed for that community, okay? So, like I said, 2.5 minimum GPA and a 40 plus. That's competitive, okay? The minimum GPA is okay, but that's not the point, okay? The point is that the board doesn't just look at your GPA, nor do they just look at your OAR. For that matter, people who are selected, people with 3.0s and 48 OARs, you know, would be selected all the time, but that's not the case. The board always looks at the whole person concept, okay? If you're lacking in your GPA, if you're lacking in your OAR, but you meet the minimum requirements, the board is going to look at your application regardless. They have to look at your application. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to select you, you know what I'm saying? But they're going to look at your application. Now, if they feel that you could bring a certain type of leadership skills where they feel that you can be an asset, you know, you will get selected. So I wouldn't even really worry about it, you know. And if you're not selected, then try again until you're selected. You know what I'm saying? At least they'll show that you're persistent in trying to get selected, okay? Because they're looking for leadership. You know what I'm saying? So when you're getting your package ready, they're going to look at your GPA, they're going to look at your OAR, they're going to look at your letters of recommendations, they're going to look at your motivational statements, they're going to look at your experience. I mean, they look at all of this stuff, okay? So I wouldn't worry too much about it, you know. But I would tell you this. Don't allow your recruiters, community managers, anybody in that circle, program managers, to verbally commit to you. Okay? Make sure that you get black and white from them. Okay? If you're not getting black and white, then you need to pursue other sources to make sure that you're getting the right information. Or you'll end up like me. Okay? And the reason I say that is that when I initially talked to my recruiter a year ago, he gave me the advice to submit a application to the Board of Corrections to get my RA4 code changed. I got that changed. I pursued it again. I gave him everything, all my information, resumes, transcripts, and this was in November of 2012. Here it is, March. Okay. He then tells me that I didn't meet the cumulative GPA requirements. Okay. And my first year of college was terrible. Whew, it was a little rough. And hence me joining the military, enlisted right out of college. Okay. Since then, I've pulled my GPA up. And but that's not even the point. The point is that I wasn't given the right information at that point, at that given time. If I'd have known my cumulative GPA was low, I'd enrolled in classes all the way from November through probably the summer, getting ready for the July board. And I think the Supply July board convenes on the 10th of July. Okay. But like I said, if you feel like your recruiter isn't giving you enough time or you're not getting enough information, go outside of that source. Contact other recruiters outside of your recruiter, even in other states. Some may be willing to help you, some may not. But make sure you're utilizing all sources, okay? And that would end my video. Look into it, you guys. Program authorizations versus competitive profiling, okay? If I'm not mistaken, if you haven't done it yet, though, you should go to usnavyOCS.com, okay? They give all their stats of everyone that's attempting to go OCS. Don't forget about your other sources, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they give information on motivational statements, letters of recommendations, stats on what you should have when you're getting selected. But you also see people who have incredible stats that haven't gotten selected. But some of them, they get selected because of their job experience. You know, most of them do too come in from other branches of the military. Okay, but look into it, you know. And until then, like I said, I'm going to keep you guys updated on my journey to OCS, okay? Regardless of what has transpired here in the last couple of days, the weeks, I'm fighting through it, you know, until I get selected, you know. Getting up in age right now, but that's fine. Ain't no big deal. But until then, you guys have a good night. And I hope to hear from you, you know, comment on my videos if you can. And hopefully I'll see you guys in a few days or a few weeks when I get an update to some, I hope it's some good news. You know, it was good news when I did talk to the community manager. I don't want to speak on it yet until I get the information back from it. But until then, guys, you guys stay motivated, dedicated, and persistent to your cause, to your goals, okay? Y'all be easy. Peace.